It's August 21st. JLD here, and welcome to MSTR and the Treasury Titans. And we want to start off today's episode with Michael Saylor just letting us know that infinity slash 21M. Now, I could sit here and give you my explanation of this, but I said, hey, why not just go to ChatGPT's explanation of this to really drill down on it? But before we do, nothing in this video is financial advice. Please hit that like button. I'm still producing videos for you in the dog days of August, so your support means a lot. And let's dive on in. And here we go. The symbol slash notation, infinity slash 21 million, usually means infinity, something unlimited, boundless, or never ending, slash 21 million out of 21 million. So together, it's shorthand for infinite compared to 21 million. Most often, this shows up in Bitcoin discussions since the total supply of Bitcoin is capped at 21 million coins. People use infinity slash 21 million to express the idea that Bitcoin has infinite demand or infinite value potential, but strictly limited supply of 21 million. So just wanted to give you that ChatGPT incredible explanation. This is obviously ChatGPT 5. So good times are being had. Let's keep on rocking. Jeff says Strategy's net capital held on balance sheet, $63.6 billion, would be the third largest reinsurance entity on the planet with zero leverage. This is financial strength. If you haven't operated in capital markets before, these numbers are hard to conceptualize. Bitcoin, MSTR. And then there you go as he shares the actual graphic to back that up. This is a little rant by the Bitcoin therapist that I wanted to go through because I thought it was quite good. And, I've really been enjoying following the Bitcoin therapist these years. Most of you would not have made it through the bear market without Michael Saylor constantly holding your hands and walking you through the bull narrative on institutional adoption, FASB, ETFs, etc. He coined the term Bitcoin Treasury Company. He laid everything out and did 1,000 podcasts in 4 years. It is incredible how the tide turns so quickly against him when the price of MSTR changes. It happens every single effing time. All at war with each other, and sentiment takes a crap. Bitcoin isn't even 10% off the top. I missed the bear market. At least everyone on X had some flipping nuts. We all held from the top. Yes, I did. Sold nothing. No, I sold nothing. And had recurring wet dreams about $100,000 Bitcoin. You think sentiment was good at 16,000? That was some dark crap during the Biden administration. That took some serious effing conviction. Saylor built his fusion reactor strategy during a dark effing bear market, and y'all can't give him credit because his company didn't perform over the last month. This is weak, and a lot of y'all are pathetic. Bitcoin is barely moving, and half of my timeline is calling for the top of Bitcoin treasury companies and Bitcoin. Maybe a major flush is needed. Definitely not a lot of serious hodlers on here anymore, or this entire space is filled with bots trying to destroy sentiment. I honestly don't know what to say anymore. The truth is, it doesn't matter if the top is in or not because serious hodlers are not selling. You'll get it one day. A little bit of a rant from the Bitcoin therapist. Ragnar says, we're talking about 30 to 50% CAGR. That's compound annual growth rate. Annual. So let's stop freaking out about the day-to-day, the week-to-week noise, shall we? Bitcoin is up 94% in the past year, FFS. What more can we possibly ask for? Place your bets, zoom out, enjoy life. And Chris says, a small number of people on X have been complaining about the changes to strategies and have guidance in selling their positions. Meanwhile, 200 billion Royal Bank of Canada, 100 billion Swede Bank, and 270 billion New York State Common Retirement Fund have all been buying. Ignore the noise, follow the money. That's the signal. And Jeff says, Saylor is a modern day Rockefeller. 1870s oil equals 2020s Bitcoin, harnessing volatility as a commodity with rapid expansion, securing long-term loans, funding expansion, using growing assets and cash capital flows, collateral, using debt as a growth tool, not as a burden. And then Jeff did this great link to Grok's explanation of Rockefeller's financial strategies in oil industry. And I actually pulled it up right here, and I plan on going through this myself today in detail because I just love reading this kind of stuff. And I'll have it linked up in the show notes below if you want to as well. The Bitcoin Archive says, just in, Michael Saylor's strategy now meets all criteria for the S&P 500 inclusion. If added, it could trigger 10 billion plus of passive inflows. And I've heard a number that's actually closer to 30 billion of passive inflows. And of course, those people that watch this channel know that strategy has met the criteria for a little bit now. Now all we need to do is wait for the committee to get a flippin' clue. Hopefully they do sooner than later. But it's inevitable anyway. When you look at it, it is absolutely inevitable. And let's dive into some great Michael Saylor clips I have waiting for you. Michael, take it away.
Once you get Bitcoin and it clicks in your mind, your immediate reaction is, oh, I got to hurry and buy as much as I can because someone else is going to go take all my Bitcoin away from me. So like in 2020, when I started buying Bitcoin, I was thinking, oh no, I got to do this in a hurry because someone's going to figure it out and the price is going to 10x. And I better get it before it 10x's. So, I mean, that's a natural reaction when it finally clicks in your head because you're thinking, why wouldn't every billionaire in the world go and buy $1 billion of Bitcoin, smash buy it overnight, and just to make $1 billion? Because why wouldn't they just want to make the $1 billion or 5 billion or 10 billion or any amount of money? I mean, Bitcoin, it feels like in the early days, the infinite money glitch, right?
PayPal just made it official. They're letting US merchants accept Bitcoin. That's not just a news story. It's a sign of where things are going, and it raises a critical question. If the world is shifting toward Bitcoin, are you doing enough to participate? Because here's a powerful way to go further. Convert an old 401k or IRA into a crypto IRA with the help of Bit IRA. Bit IRA will help you convert it free of taxes or penalties. And here's why you'll love them. End-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the US government. And it's fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without taxes incurred on any buys or sells. If you already put money into an IRA or employer-sponsored 401k on a regular basis, why not invest into a Bitcoin IRA each month? Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Again, that's bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin.
It was a $90 billion asset class in March of 2000 when I was first looking at it. And then by August, it was about $180 billion asset class. And right now, 4 years later, it's $1.8 trillion asset class. And I think it's going to 18 trillion, then 180 trillion, then it's going to go beyond that. So I think it's a very simple thing. I think Bitcoin is going to grow from 0.1% of the money in the world to 7% of the money in the world over the next 21 years. And of course, you should just go long and keep buying it.
0.1% to, you said 7%?
Yeah, it'll go from like 1.8 trillion to $240 trillion, and it'll go up 29% a year ARR. That is my base case.
And I've heard you say that in 21 years it's going to be at $13 million.
That takes you to 13 million a coin.
13 million a coin.
13 million a coin.
At 29%.
Every Bitcoin you don't buy is going to cost you $13 million, my friend. Our belief was Bitcoin is the solution to 8 billion people's problem. It's the solution to 300 million companies' problem. It's the innovation, the biggest innovation in money or property rights in the history of the human race. It's like fire or electricity, right? It's this new monetary protocol which is going to elevate humanity to new levels. So we became obviously very big advocates. We raised $500 million in a senior debt issue to buy more Bitcoin. Then we sold $1 billion of equity to buy Bitcoin. Then we sold another, then we borrowed money against Bitcoin to buy Bitcoin. Then we issued more equity to buy Bitcoin. If you fast forward through the 4 years, as of today, since we started, we've invested $7.5 billion in Bitcoin, which is worth any given day 14 to 15 billion. The market cap of the company went from 1 billion to 30. The enterprise value of the company went from 600 million to more than 30. So, and the stock 10x. So during that time period, the company stock outperformed just about every stock on the S&P index. It outperformed NVIDIA and Tesla and Amazon and Apple and Google and Facebook. It outperformed Bitcoin itself. And it's not very often that you 10x a stock, 20x a market cap, 40x the enterprise value in 44 months.
Right.
So we took a particular position, which is Bitcoin is a good strategy. It's good for the world, and we're not going to be shaken. And while that was happening, obviously Bitcoin, when we bought it at 11,800, it crashed down into the 9,000. So we took like a $40 million hit in the first week or 2 weeks. So it was very stressful, losing 40 million of 250 million, right? I mean, it's a big thing, but we doubled down, and then Bitcoin rallied up. And it eventually rallied, went through the all-time highs and rallied to 66,000, then crashed down in the 40s, then rallied to the 66 again. And then this brutal crypto winter went from 66 all the way down to 16,000.
Mhm.
Brutal. And then it rallied up. And so it is today where it is, and everybody's got their own Bitcoin journey, but MicroStrategy's Bitcoin journey is, we started out of desperation. It was like, do this or maybe just shutter the company. We went from, desperate defensive to opportunistic. Hey, someone wants to give us $1.6 billion for nearly free for 6 years. If I offered you $1.6 billion for free for the next 6 years to invest in anything you wanted, would you take it?
Absolutely. We asked Dave Ramsey the exact same question. He said no, he wouldn't take it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you must not believe in anything, right? I mean, if you're in business and someone's offering you, in essence, free money to invest in your business for the next 6 years and you don't want it, well, what it really means is you've run out of ideas. You don't know what to do with the capital. But, we went from the first step to opportunistic, and then it became strategic. And we realized we are a Bitcoin development company. Our job is to issue securities and to engage in technology projects and advocacy and education in order to spread, the virtues of Bitcoin and the opportunities of Bitcoin to the world. What's the second best? There is no second best.